All right, good morning, everybody. It is Tammy with Stampin' Scrap Tammy with our Wednesday Facebook Live at 11 a.m. Central Time. Okay, I thought for sure today was going to be the day I was going to be on time, but of course there's always something. So I didn't finish my boxes. I wanted to have one more ready, and I scored the last cover wrong. So I'm just going to do that live too. So I'll have one group to kind of put together, finish up, and then I have two other sets that I'm going to show you today. So super fun project. Let me just show it to you right off the bat. This is what we're making. It is so fun. And I'm going to share the measurements to do this and some photos in my weekly email that's going to go out tomorrow. So if you're not on my email list, make sure to click on the Join Now on the top of my page here. You can send me a message with your email. Or another way to do it is after I get off of the live today, I'll edit the little posting and then there'll be a link there to join my email. So this is going to be this week's tutorial. It's going to be just really simple measurements is basically what it boils down to, because this is so easy to do. Of course, you can write them down as we go today. That's absolutely fine too. But if you want them in writing, something that you can print, be sure to join my email list. So this is the project, but I'm not going to show it to you with this paper. I'm going to show it to you 3 different ways for different occasions. And that is what we are doing today. And I'm going to find us here while we're waiting maybe for you to find it. Maybe you were waiting for me. So you're here and ready to rock and roll. But yeah, so make sure when you check in today, say hello. Give me a like. I would love that. If you don't like my page already, make sure to do that. I do have something coming up for that. I'm going to do a big giveaway pretty soon when my page reaches a certain amount of likes. I haven't put any postings out. I was just looking at that today, and I didn't realize how close to some good numbers I'm getting. So we're going to have to do something to celebrate my Facebook page and all of the involvement from all of you, because without you, I wouldn't be able to continue to do this. So I truly, truly appreciate it all. All right, so let's flip it down and get started. And it looks like we're here. A couple of you had said hi already, so that is wonderful. All right, so let's go. And like I said when I posted about doing this today, and I debated kind of my camera angles, but I thought, you know what, I am just going to leave it how it is, and it is what it is. So I was going to switch it so that we could see it a little bit better, but you know, about the time I switch things up, things will get just wonky as all can be. So let's just leave it how it is. So today could be like a total flop, you know, that's a possibility. But you know, you'll still be able to figure this out, even if it is, because I've never really done, I don't remember anyways, doing any 3Ds. So Barb Simpson, I'm seeing that you said you just found me. I just got on here. I was a little bit late because I scored this one wrong. So see, I'm like halfway in between, like making a box here. That's where I was at. And then, you know what happened? I went to push play, like I was ready to go, and my radio wouldn't shut off. So I was worried that when I pushed play, like my radio on my phone, I had been listening to it through my Bluetooth speaker, and then it wouldn't shut off. It was just the strangest thing. So I was so worried that I was going to be like having the radio on. So I had to like close out all of my like windows so that it would finally shut off. It was Cities 97 though. I kind of streamed that. I really like that station. So if you need a station, Cities 97 is a nice one to listen to. But anyways, I didn't figure you wanted to hear it the whole time. So I'm just trying to get set up here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And I'm going to try to stay a little bit organized. And so I'm going to finish off this one I was doing here to start. And then I will go through and tell you measurements and things like that. So if you're just tuning in, let me see. I'm going to see how this is going to show on art. I'll probably end up going up. So this is what we're making today. So it's kind of an odd way for me to show it here, but it's a nice stack. Now you'll get the top view. At the end, I will show them all together. Maybe I'll move the camera the other way again, but here you get a nice top view of it. So this is a super fun project. It is 4 boxes with the designer series paper. Again, I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do it. The cool thing about today is the 3 setups that I'm going to share with you. All of the designer series papers for these 3, I did not plan it, are on sale. So that's kind of a bonus. When you're doing these boxes, you do want to use our 12 by 12 designer series paper. And as you see, I'm still just putting this last one together. And I kind of mixed that one up, but it's going to be all right. And so now I just need to do this last one here for this one. So like I said, I've never really done a 3D. So we're going to just see how it goes and just kind of disregard what I'm doing here right now because I'm just finishing up that last sample that I wanted to share because I love this box setup. I'm thinking for a wedding or a baby shower, this designer series would be great. And so the one I'm using right now for the sample that was supposed to be done is and this is one of those tricky words. This is depending on how you like to say it. It can be peony, which I believe is the correct term, depending on where you're from, or peony. So that would be kind of cool. And I don't know if you can type how you say it. Do you say it peony or peony? So whichever way you say it, it's beautiful paper. And don't worry about these measurements just yet. I'm kind of taking my time here, let people find us, see what's going on today. If you're doing anything exciting, I don't know why I didn't just use my scoring tool. That was kind of silly. There's a few different ways to put boxes together. This is kind of funny. My preferred preference with any 3D projects is to use tear tape. That is my absolute favorite. And would you know it? I am out of tear tape. It is coming today in my order, but my UPS guy has not been here yet today. He was here yesterday and I got to talk to him, which was kind of sad. Well, that wasn't sad. I was happy that I could send it back and get it to the right person. Last Friday, I got an order from Stampin' Up! And now their customer service, I tell you, is second to none. So I got somebody else's order last week. I opened it and I was like, wow, I don't think anybody ordered this from me. And it was a huge order. So I called them and they got it fixed. And so, there was no mail on Monday. So the UPS guy had a little pickup form. So he picked that up yesterday, but I thought, oh shoot, maybe you were going to just leave that for me to keep. So look at how pretty this is. Okay, so this was supposed to be a sample. Okay. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, super cute. See, I get so excited about these. So I've already made these, but every time I make them with a different designer series paper, I'm going to get probably just as excited. And so now all I'm going to do to tie this together, because I got to finish it. Why would I not just finish this, right? And so let's just tie a big bow. I should probably put my camera up a little bit farther. You're getting kind of a strange view today. And then this is going to finish off what I was supposed to have done. So if I would have waited, I would have been really late today. Again, I scored one of my covers wrong, so then I had to recut it. And then I had that radio issue. There must be like a ghost in the craft room. So, oh my goodness, look at how cute that is. And then you add a tag, and look at that. You'd have a nice wedding set of boxes, or baby. You could do baby with this, and put like a onesie in the bottom, some other stuff. Okay, so that is that. Now let's get to the real deal so that I can share with you measurements and some cute little tags I'm going to make to go on these. And let me move some of this out of the way. So again, these measurements will be shared in my weekly email that is going to go out tomorrow morning, possibly tomorrow afternoon. We'll see how busy I get today. So if you'd like to write them down, go for it. If you would like to wait and just print them out later, you can do that too. I'll share some pictures of today's projects as well as the measurements. But I'm going to say these twice today because I'm going to be making 2 sets of boxes. So first off, I have my scoring board. And I just talked about this last week, how I had found my scoring tool that has a nice little spot for it. You see that? Nice little spot for it. And now I don't know where it is. But you know what I found that I actually prefer to use? I do love my Take a Pick tool that has the scoring stylus on it. And the cool thing is there are 2 sides. So if you want a little bit thin, skinnier, whatever, smaller scoring tool, you could do that. But I prefer this size. It's just perfect for the projects that I'm doing. Okay, so I have my scoring board out. I have all my paper cut already. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the paper that I'm going to use today. And so the first layer is going to be a 9.5 by 9.5. Now this is my base. This is the bottom box, the bottom to the bottom box. And you're looking at this going, well, she has got some writing on there. That looks kind of ridiculous, right? Well, it's going to make sense as we go here. So if you make cards only, you maybe don't purchase the 12 by 12 paper. And, or, you know, because a lot of, if you scrapbook, you probably do. So if you don't have any of the Whisper White 12 by 12 on hand, what you can do is you can take one of the backs of your designer series paper, and I took 1.25 inches off of each side so that I would end up with a square so that the writing on this would still be right in the center, because we're going to cover that up. And so now what I'm going to do for the bottom, I'm going to score all around the edges at 2 by 2 or 2 inches. I'm just going to go all the way around in 2 inches. And then let's go ahead and do the next layer. And so same thing here. So you're going to just see how simple this is to do. You know, if you're an avid crafter and you've been stamping and paper crafting for years and years, this might be very basic for you. But if you have never done a 3D or a box, I know to me, this would have been so overwhelming when I first started. And I'll be honest, it was overwhelming when I saw it the other day. This was the project that we made at our Cafe Crafter Team Social the other night. And it was just so well received. I just absolutely love it. So I do use a make and take planner that I get from Rhonda Wade. So I know many of you probably know Rhonda. She's a fabulous, fabulous lady. And so you might even be making these. So if you're downline, if you're a demonstrator, and you're going to make these, I love to see it. If you're a demonstrator under a team that also maybe your leader uses Rhonda's Make and Take Planner, you might be making these, and they're so fun. I just encourage you to make all kinds of them. And this is one of those things that, you know, you share a gift packaging like this, your friends and family are not going to forget. They may forget the gift later on, but they're not going to forget that fabulous packaging that you're going to give them. So anyways, these were our make and takes the other night. Our group gets together once a month. We do a little virtual, so if you can't make it, or, you know, if you're not local, you can still participate, and I mail these out. I mean, they paid $5 for this whole kit. And I'm going to tell you how you can do this. You can get this cut package. Now, it will be random. I will be sending out the setups for these scored and cut for the boxes, just for the box part and the ribbon, to anybody who places an order between now and next week. I might extend it a little bit longer too, because I just think these are so fun and easy. Okay, so now you see I moved into my next layer, and that is just a 1 by 1. So, oh, I didn't tell you all the measurements as we went. I just got to jibber jabber and then I forgot. Okay, so let's go back to the bottom. The bottom, 9.5 by 9.5. And then we just go down by 1 inch. Next layer, 8.5 by 8.5. Next box, 7.5 by 7.5. And our last, the top box, is going to be 6.5 by 6.5. Okay, so just 1 inch down. And now let's do our lids. So the lids, first lid is 7.5 by 7.5. All of the lids are going to be scored at 1 inch. Okay, so I'll just go back around and do that. Obviously, I already did this one, but just to give you the visual. And then we're going to go next layer, 6.5 by 6.5. And so this is our Snowflake Splendor paper. This is also the product suite I'm featuring in our All Occasions Holiday Club class, or holiday class that is next Monday. So the signups are in the weekly email for that. And I'll show those at the end because it's that really fun one sheet wonder that we are doing this month. Okay, and then our next layer is going to be 5.5 by 5.5. So here you see two. We just go down 1 inch for every layer, and it actually figures out to 2 inches smaller than our base. And then our final box top is going to be 4.5 by 4.5. So silly simple to do, actually. And then what we need to do, let's move this out of the way for now. And I am just going to flip this. I'm going to snip the corners here on both sides. And I'm going to just do this on all of them. So then I'll just whip these right together, and you'll see how quickly you can put a box together. And now, you know, these are super fun, obviously, to put in a stack like that, in a stack of 4, but you could make any of these boxes and just use them individually. Now, something really fun you could do is you could cut a circle out of the inside and put you know, something clear on it. And then you could, you know, see what's inside of there. If you wanted to use it as like a treat packaging, that would be a great idea. My daughter thought that the Christmas ones that I made would look great just sitting on our bookshelf as a decoration for Christmas. So that's definitely an idea too. And here we go. So let's see. I'm just taking a look at the comments here. I have a hard time like keeping track of that. So if I get distracted, well, you guys know, you all know that I get distracted pretty easily. And let's talk a little bit while I'm cutting these too. So our Cafe Crafter team the other night, I just have to share, it was so fun and funny at our meeting the other night. We did a team auction. So we auctioned off different things, and they got dollars for participating in our team swap and obviously promoting, placing their first order. And so we had, you know, everybody had auction dollars, and I made these cute little paddles. I should see if I can find one, which is the tag that I'm using today. So isn't this just the cutest? We used these little paddles, and then they had to hold these up if they were bidding. It was super fun. So we did that in addition to these really cute projects. And of course, those little paddles matched our boxes we were making. All right, and then I'm getting ahead of myself. I have one more to do here, and then I will show you why that doesn't really matter. We're gonna cover that up with a piece of our Designer Series paper that I cut at 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. So real super easy when you're just working with squares here for measurements. And let's use our bone fold to crease those corners so that it'll fold up a little bit easier for us. And what's nice too, if you do use this base, is it's very thick. So then you're gonna have a nice solid base for that bottom box as well. You know, probably especially if you're going to use it as like a home decor piece, you might want that bottom to be a little bit more sturdy than just say even a regular cardstock. And now I also use these white sheets that come in the Designer Series. When I'm making samplers, I like to sometimes use that as my base too, because it is a little bit more thick. And so just all the reason to buy more Designer Series paper, because you get a free sheet of large white paper. All right, and so many different ways to adhere this. I just started this one again, so I always forget to get it going before I get on camera here. So this is just the regular Stampin' Seal. It is very sticky, so you can use it for 3D. I'm also out of the Stampin' Seal Plus, so I'm waiting for that to come today as well. And then let's do the other side here. I'm gonna just put it on this bigger piece. It'll be a little bit faster. And so there's many different ways to adhere. Again, like I said, my favorite is Tear Tape for 3D, but I'm out of that. There's also the liquid glue that I will show you here in just a minute. And so isn't that beautiful? And now I would not want to, oh, that's not quite adhered there. I want to squeeze that together. So that's important too when you're doing 3D, is to really, you know, get these together, push them down pretty good so that they stay in place. And then let's take this one, 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 is what I cut that to. And you could definitely put these inserts in every box if you wanted. I just cut one to the bottom for the bottom to hide that writing on there. And you see that? Now nobody would ever know that this was the back to the Designer Series paper. See, isn't that beautiful? Now let's go ahead and do our next one. And now I did use the thick Whisper White so that it would be a little bit more sturdy. I talked about that last week, that we do have 2 different kinds of white and the Very Vanilla. So we have Whisper White and Very Vanilla, because again, remember, it can't just be white and it can't just be vanilla. We have to have a fun little way to talk about it. So we have Very Vanilla and Whisper White that both come in like a regular cardstock. It's a little bit more thin, and you do get 40 sheets when you order it that way. And that's what I used for the insides of my card. or a layer. But when I'm using it for a base, I do use the thick. So if I'm doing a base or boxes like this, then I like to use the thick Whisper White or Very Vanilla. And the thick is the same consistency as our regular cardstock. So if you're kind of wondering what the difference there is. And again, I'm just using this, and then you could also use glue dots as an option, which is what I'm actually going to use on the top. So here you see how easy this is going to go together for us. And so I did say when I posted that I was going to be live today that I was a little bit nervous. So I haven't been nervous for a Facebook Live in quite some time, but I really haven't done anything too crazy and outside of my comfort zone. But 3D projects are quite outside my comfort zone, even though this is just like a really simple box. To me, this was very overwhelming when I started. So that's why I probably don't show this stuff too often. But I was just so impressed with how this project looks when it's completed that I just really wanted to share it with all of you. And I wanted to give this as an option because I can mail this to you. This is so easy to mail. It's not complicated at all. And, or, you know, because it lays pretty flat. And then this is an easy project for you to put together. It's not a difficult one to do. And so you can use this, like I said, you can gift it, of course, because it's gift packaging. But something you could also do is, like I said, you could put it on a bookshelf. Or, you know, on a fireplace mantle. Well, it's paper, maybe not a fireplace mantle, but, you know, maybe you have a table at your house, like a, you know, when you walk in your entryway, like an entryway table, you could put it on there as a decor for the holidays if you use the holiday paper, or if you just, you know, if you just like pretty things, you can set it on your desk in your office. But what I would definitely do, I would make sure to plan to gift it to somebody, because it is beautiful. So as you see there, I did use the liquid glue on that one to show how that works nice and easy as well. And now we have the small one. This small one would be great if you wanted to make up many of them. Something that's nice when you cut out this top lid, you do get, so that the top lid and the bottom lid can come off of the same piece of Designer Series paper. And you could actually, I believe you can get 2 of the tops from the Designer Series. So you'd have some leftover scraps. You know, of course you could just make some cards, but if you'd like, you could make up extra or more of the smaller boxes. So I am putting the inside this way, so that way my doesn't have a seam on the back, is how I'm preferring to do it. Now, I did notice I mixed up on that first one that I made using the peony paper, and that's okay. On my lid, I put it going the wrong way. But again, it's really never wrong when we are paper crafting. It's whatever works for you. So again, if you have a different way that you like to put boxes together and 3D items, a different adhesive you like to use, you know, a different method, absolutely go for it. Just because I'm saying this is how I do it, it doesn't mean it's the only way. I'm, you know, in the world of stamping, I'm rather new to all of this world. So I'm still learning as I go too. I'm learning new stuff all of the time from all of you and my other demonstrator friends and customers. And as you see, I'm just putting a little dot right in the middle. And it's gonna stay. And then I still have to put a lid on. And now let's go ahead and do the lids. Again, lids down an inch, scored them at 1 inch all around. The same for every one of them. And then just clip the corners so that we can fold it in for our box. And I use the Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper. If you missed it at the beginning, this is a paper that is on sale. And it is on sale until the end of the month. It's 15% off. And now this is probably pretty obvious, but there are a few of the 6x6 papers on there too. But if you're doing this size box that I'm sharing today, you are going to want the 12x12 papers. You could figure out the measurements and make them smaller too. They're very simple measurements to do if you'd want to make smaller boxes. So again, this is the lid for, this will be, it looks like the top one. It was 7.5 by 7.5. And then we just go down an inch from there for all of the rest of the lids. And let's just get that. Oh, see, I'm doing that wrong. Oh, remember I just said it doesn't, there's no wrong way. So I wanted to put that on the inside. I have to remember that. And that way it'll be a nice, smooth, straight line on the outside of the box. Okay, so now this is when it starts getting really fun. And so my daughter, I think it was my daughter, said, "Oh, I love that, Mom. I want that." And I said, "Well, don't you want me to put a present in it first?" So this would be really super fun to give kids for Christmas and just put, you know, little doodads in there, because how fun for them to open 4 presents. So just start thinking of little cool things you could put in these boxes. And I talked about this last week as well too. And when I show those One Sheet Wonder cards, you'll see just how great this Snowflake Splendor paper is, because it is, you know, every sheet is a little bit different. There's 6 different designs, but at the same time, it's all similar enough. So if you would like to make Christmas cards out of this, or you would like to make numerous boxes like this, or any kind of 3D for that matter, any of the sheets of the paper are going to coordinate. So you're not going to have any issues with coordination and running out of, you know, one sheet that you really like, because you could just use a different snowflake. So it's not like some of the designer series maybe aren't great for that because they are so different within the package. But the Snowflake Splendor to me is a wonderful, wonderful set of paper to make multiples of projects, whether it be cards like this, or, you know, like the One Sheet Wonder that I'm going to share with you when I'm done here. And again, that is our All Occasions class on Monday, and it is available to be shipped as well. And that's going to ship on Wednesday. And in fact, when I'm done with this video today, I am working on finishing up all the shipping for the virtual World Card Making Day party that we had last week. Or no, what was the actual date on that? October 3rd was World Card Making Day. And so I have to do the follow-up mailing on those. So if you ordered or you want a prize at World Card Making Day, that stuff should be, with any kind of luck, going out today. I think I'm doing the smaller one here first. That's okay. I have lots and lots to mail out today. So watch your mailbox if you're waiting for something for me. I think I will pretty much be all caught up on anything from last week and before that. So if you're waiting on something, it will be there. But if it's anything from this week, that won't be going out yet. That'll first go out next week. All right. So again, let's just add, I'm doing glue dots on these little ones just to make it a little bit faster. And they work just fine. And as you see, I just fold it up and give it a nice little push on there so it stays together well. And we're going to do the same on the other side. And then I have one more lid, and I am going to make one more box. So if you want to hang in there and see me make one more box, it's going to be, I think a little, for like maybe a little boy. I'm going to make it for Brody, although he's 10. I don't know if that's so little, but I'm switching up the colors to make it more masculine looking. And it's going to be with the Christmas paper that I used for that first one. So I'm going to show you the kind of how that's very versatile, excuse me, with my words again, as well. And last but not least, let's do, which would be our third box. So when I do the next set of boxes, I will go over these measurements one more time. And, here we go. Yeah, so this is another way. I just saw Cindy's comment too. So this is a great way too. I mean, why hold on to all of that paper you have? I know we all have lots of paper. And so, I mean, use it up. Make some fun. Make your own packaging for Christmas. Make your gift boxes and your bags and all that kind of stuff. We have it. Why go buy it again from somebody else when we can just make it? You know, if you're making a card with this paper, you have 12 sheets, so make a few boxes out of the other sheets of paper. You know, make a few cards and make a few boxes and have all your stuff coordinated. I used to be really big on that. Maybe I'll do that again this year, where I had all my wrapping paper and gift packaging matched so that it looked good under my Christmas tree. So I didn't have any, you know, character wrapping paper or anything like that. I would do like either all solids or all golds and things like that. Okay, so here we go. We have our last box here for the Snowflake Splendor. So I do kind of push it in a little bit. Oop, I've got it a little bit out there. There we go. And so it fits nice and snug. All right, so here is that little stack. I know you probably don't see it the best because of my angle. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the ribbon that coordinates with the Snowflake Splendor Suite, or collection, I guess I should say. And I am going to, let's see if I can do this without like totally putting my hands right in your eyes. Okay, so now maybe I'll just go off of the camera just a smidge while I tie this. Again, I was gonna switch my camera angles today, but I thought, you know what? About the time I do that, it's gonna just totally mess up. So I'm just gonna go with what I know. You guys will hang in there with me, and then I'll share these all in the end. I'm gonna post some pictures in our weekly email. I'll probably even post them on this wall because I think this is just such a fun project. All right, so there we have our next one. Isn't that so fun how that goes together? You can use different colors for the bases. You can switch this up and really get creative if you'd like, or just go with the simple white. But again, remember that base was the white insert that comes in all of our designer series papers. I'm looking behind me. I have 3 sets of these now. It's so exciting. This is so much fun. All right, now I'm gonna see if I can get anything else done the rest of the day because I'm gonna wanna just keep making boxes. I don't know what I'm gonna put in all these boxes, but I'm gonna have them and they're gonna be really cool. Okay, so now let's go back to our base again. So if you're just tuning in, or maybe now second time around, you've taken in the project, you kind of get what's going on now, and maybe you wanna make one along with me, or you want to write down the measurements. Now would be a great time to do that. And if you are loving these projects, do let me know too. So I love to see if you're liking it, if you're, you know, give it a heart, give it a thumbs up, give it a wow, give it a thumbs down. I don't know, maybe you don't like boxes, which I don't think that's true. I think we all like boxes. Okay, so let's go back to measurements again. 9.5 by 9.5 is our base. I am using an old olive. I have cut it down from a 12 by 12 sheet that I had. All of our colors are available in 12 by 12. You get 2 sheets of each when you order a whole color family, and then you get 2 sheets of each, excuse me. I gotta pay attention. I got a little off balance there, but that's not gonna matter. So 2 by 2 all the way around. And then let's go to our next layer. I'm gonna use Old Olive and Night of Navy. And then another coordinating color on this is Pear Pizzazz. So that's kind of a fun one too. So this is gonna be my next bottom box. We're 8.5 by 8.5 for the next one. And again, super easy to remember because we're just scoring at 2 all the way around. Next one, so I kind of did an every other. I got a 7.5 by 7.5 Old Olive. Don't you love those colors? Old Olive, Night of Navy. So I also talked about that during our virtual party too. So if you notice, most, not quite all, but most of our colors, well, they're all fun names, but they have the same letter. So like Night of Navy, there's 2 N's. Old Olive, there's 2 O's. So most of our colors are that way. Whisper White, very vanilla. Okay, next layer is 6.5 by 6.5. Again, scored at 2 inches all the way around. And then we're gonna go ahead and do our covers. And this is where it's really super fun. I wanted to show you is a couple of them I do have scored already because I was using these for that first set of boxes that I shared with you. So notice this. This is the paper. This one too, every one of them that I'm using is on sale. Is the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper. And I was looking through what papers would be nice for more of a masculine, maybe a little boy gift packaging. And what I came up with was, if you take a look at this paper, now let's flip it around and look at how perfect that is. And if we coordinate it with the Night of Navy and Old Olive, and this is also Mossy Meadow, which I would have maybe made a box in all the different greens, but I didn't actually have any Mossy Meadow because I've been making so many projects that I ran out. Again, I'm waiting for that UPS guy to get here today. He's going to be my best friend today. I should maybe I should give him one of these gift packaging things. He would probably really appreciate it, maybe with some treats in there, because he has been coming here a lot. So the reason I'm running out of paper, I am working with a group doing a fundraiser, and we have to make 1,600 cards. So I don't know about you, but if you know this, but that's a lot of paper. That's a lot of paper. A lot, and that's why I ran out of tear tape too, because I was doing a card where I was using that. And yeah, a lot of bags, but it is so much fun. They've been helping put them together, and we're just having a great time. Okay, so this is the bottom lid, 7.5 by 7.5. We're scoring at 1 inch all around. And then our next layer, I already have this one scored, so it's 6.5 by 6.5. 1 inch down from the other one. And then our next, another 1 inch down. And this one I do need to score. If you're noticing, I'm scoring the side down. So I'm putting down the side that I want to see. It kind of helps when you fold in it. I don't know. That's just how I prefer to do it. It gives me a nice fold that way. And I am going pretty light to the touch. The designer series is more thin than the cardstock. So when I am scoring with that, I am kind of light to the touch so that I don't tear the paper. I think I saw somebody's comment that they like to use this end versus the skinnier end, because this is more likely to tear when you're using a more thin paper. So that is why I'm going just a smidge lighter as I go along here. Okay, so now we are actually going to be done with the scoring board. And now it's time just to finish these up. Again, we have to do our little snipping of our corners. I saw that Janine said 1,600. Yes, 1,600. Can you believe that? How many cards that is? I mean, obviously it's 1,600, but like, I don't know if I understood how many cards 1,600 cards was until we started cutting for them. And it's 1,600 is a lot, but it's so fun. And you know what, as I was doing them, what I was thinking of was, think about this. So these little kids, you know, from this, well, they're not all so little, but I think it's like it's a school. So it's a Lutheran school that we did this fundraiser for. And so these students, I should say, because if they're in 8th grade, they probably don't want me calling them little kids, but they did this as like a fundraiser, as, you know, rather, I'm like, you know, who wants to buy wrapping paper, things like that. So this group I work with do some retreats and stuff. So we came up with this idea that they would sell greeting card packages. So they would sell them, and then they're helping make them all and package and do all that. And they'll be wrapped up with a little bow. And I'll take some pictures when we're done with them all, so you can see how many 1,600 looks like. And yeah, so they sold like 100 and I think 103. And there's going to be 15 cards in each packet. And then we're making up a few extras, you know, just in case. So we figured out it'll be about 1,600 that we're going to make and have ready for them. You know, and when we started doing it, I thought, well, you know, I'll just like pull from the cards I have. I got lots of cards on hand, thinking they'd maybe sell like 20 or something. But yeah, 103, I think it was. So lots and lots going on. Oh, but back to what I was thinking about. So what I was thinking as I was cutting these, so think about that though. So we are sending out, or, you know, they sold 1,600 cards. Now think of how much joy that's going to bring to whoever sends those cards out. I'm just so excited that 1,600 people essentially are going to be getting a handmade card. And so I think that's really the joy of it. And so I'm really super excited to be working with this group. in doing this. Now, I don't know that I would do too many fundraisers like this per year because, you know, of course it takes a lot of time, but so much fun. So much fun. And I love to make cards too. So I've been making some too for them. You know, they're helping, but I have been making some too, like while I was watching a movie last night, because I love mass producing cards. So if I can make like 25 of a card, that is super fun to me. That's probably why I enjoy doing card swaps so much. So as you see, I'm just using a glue dot on the smaller one, just so I can just quick put one, you know, little dot on each corner. Makes it a little faster to gather together and put together. And I am going to show you a couple little tags when we're done. You know, I don't think we're how far into this video that I mentioned, per usual, there is going to be Prize Patrol linked to this video. So do make sure you, you know, participate by liking and commenting, telling me what you're thinking about these cute little boxes. And remember, if you do order with me in the next week, I am going to send you a setup of these. The pattern will be random because I am going to do some in all these different designer series that we have. But it'll all be cut and scored for you. So it's just kind of a fun little thank you and perk for ordering with me. And just a little cute project. And again, this is, you know, I saw the sample initially when I started doing it in Christmas. And, you know, why not make this for baby shower and wedding and, you know, birthday? I still have one I want to do in a birthday. But again, I ran out of time this morning. I had way too many things going on at one time. But could you believe all these projects, 1,600 cards. We had team meeting the other night, so I had that going on. And what else do we have? Oh, we sent out a retreat on Sunday. So I'm going to show those little packs, probably not next week yet. Oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to show those until October 28th video because I know some of you that watch are probably doing that retreat. So it was one that I'm an online vendor at, so super fun. I had shared it a couple times in my email for signups. So I know a few of you took advantage, so I don't want to ruin the surprise and show that too soon, but I'd like to show the rest of you because we did some really cute little projects, a super cute gift box that their goodies are in. And so I will share that. But so yeah, we had that going on Sunday. We finished up those packets so that they can get them in the mail to everybody. And it was just fun to do. Like I said, I am just so fortunate that I get to sit around. I don't want to say sit around. I don't just sit around, but that I get to work with these papers every day and ribbons and all these coordinating products. That's what's really exciting to me. And all the fun names, you know, Old Olive, Night of Navy today. We have some real red in here. There is some Pear Pizzazz in this one. And then this little, this lighter green here is actually Pear Pizzazz, but I thought it coordinated with Old Olive just fine. So that's why I went ahead with that color on there. And then Mossy Meadow. So see how fun those names are? Doesn't it just make you want to collect every single ink color just so you can, or paper. But if you get the ink, you might as well buy the paper. Then you might as well get the ribbon that coordinates with it. So that is, again, why I do usually go with suites. I like to go with the whole suite or collection so that I do have lots of things that coordinate. And then once I get going, that's when, so I did order this whole Heartwarming Hugs collection. But then after I use it initially to make some cards, make some projects, where I use it just as is, you know, posted in the collection. A lot of times I even just case the catalog because that's why I fell in love with the suite anyways, is for whatever sample they showed in the catalog. Then I start to venture into other things. So now let's flip that. So let me just show. So of course, initially I fell in love with this paper because of the Christmas theme, but now look at what I'm working into. This looks nothing like Christmas paper here. Here, I gotta move it into view a little bit better. So that looks nothing like Christmas paper. And so there's so many different things that you can do with this. Really with all of our papers and collections. Okay, so now we are just, I know we're going a little longer today, so you can watch as you want. If you got to get going, you know, come back and visit us later and finish up watching. But you're going to have great measurements for these projects. And I can't just stop now in the middle. I have to finish off what I'm doing. So I won't keep you too much longer after I get done with this box. But, you know, I hope maybe you're crafting as you're watching along, or following along, I should say. And again, I'm pulling in the multi-purpose liquid glue for the sake of going faster and because I don't have my preferred adhesive of the tear tape. The nice thing about the tear tape when you do use that, if you want to get it ready beforehand, you know, like if you're going to be doing a whole bunch of them, you could do that. You could, because it's two-sided, so you can put it on and then tear off the other side whenever you're ready. All right, so looks like I started with the top box. And I hope I did this right. Oh, that looks a little off, doesn't it? Maybe not, I don't know. It looks a little too big. Looks a little too big for my cover. So I gotta squeeze this a little bit because I did make them so that they're pretty snug. Oh, there we go, it fits. I was just a little off myself. Okay, so it was fine, that was right. And then next we have the Old Olive bottom. Just snip your corners with your paper snips. In Stampin' Up! Terms, that is what we call, it's not a scissors. Everything has to be just a little bit fancier in the Stampin' Up! World. A little fancier, a little bit more fun, I think, that way. So it's a paper snip, so we don't call it a scissors. It is a paper snips. And again, if you make these up, you could share a picture of them in the comments. That would be super cool to see. And the measurements, again, I keep talking about this, they will be shared in our weekly email that's going to go out, I'm hoping tomorrow morning. I have a bunch of stuff going on today, but I'm thinking that I'm still going to be able to get to getting that email all set up and ready to go out tomorrow morning. I told the kids we're actually kind of a strange time of the year to go and do this, but we are going to go and look at bikes. Brody had an older bike and it's just not working right for him. And there's still some nice days left. And so I thought this might be a good time of the year actually to go to the bike shop here in town and take a look at what, if they have anything, and maybe we can get a little deal on a bike. So we're doing that this afternoon because then it's MEA, so they have a couple days off of school. And actually Allison is home today. She has a distance learn day today. She only went on Monday. She was so bummed. She wanted to go yesterday, but the other group that goes Thursday, Friday had to go a day this week with it being MEA here in Minnesota. We get off, I think they've been doing MEA since I was a kid. That was a thing for the teachers would go to a workshop, but I would guess that the workshops that the teachers would go to is probably virtual this year. I can't imagine they are meeting in person. And let's go ahead. Again, we have to kind of squeeze our box a little bit to get it to go in there nice and snug. And then once you have it in, so here, this is where I might fail. I'm gonna fail like when I'm almost done. No, that can't be. I have to make this work. Okay, there we go. Looks like I maybe should have brought my edges in a little bit more. Oh no, it's fine. Good, next box. And then, so I went every other on the colors here. And then I found a really nice ribbon. I wasn't sure what to use for ribbon on this box, but I found a super cool ribbon in the Boho Indigo refill kit. It's shown in our kits in the beginning of our annual catalog. And there's a beautiful, well, I'm making a masculine theme. Maybe I shouldn't say the word beautiful, but a very nice ribbon that works for masculine projects. Because you don't want anything all glitzy and glamorous and sparkly for a masculine card or project. I guess I'm not really making a card, am I? I do need to grab a new liquid glue. Mine is almost out there. I'd like to have, usually I have like a little cup, like a shot glass actually, that I stick my liquid glue in, but it's over on the table because like I said, I've been making up cards like a crazy person over here. And I've had some other friends come and help too. That's been fun to visit while we were creating. And so I'll be excited to share with you some pictures of 1,600 cards. So basically we're making like 100 of each. And then 100 of 15 different cards. And then sprinkling some other miscellaneous ones that I kind of had, you know, leftover pieces too, or cardstock already cut. We're just using up whatever I have too. So super great opportunity too for me to use up some of that stuff and shapes that I had cut for other projects. So there we go. Super, super simple to do. And we have one more box left, and then I have just a couple tags I will share and then wrap things up for the day. Gosh, I did never in a million years thought that this would go on for a whole hour. So thank you for watching. Like I said, I hope that you're crafting along as you're watching and getting some paper crafting done yourself. Because why not take this opportunity to make something fun today? If you're watching this on the replay, I want to say hello to you as well. And just remind you all again that there is Prize Patrol linked together or linked with all of the videos that I do. So go, if you participate by liking, sharing, commenting, you get automatically entered into the drawing. So I hope that you guys will all participate that way. You know, another fun thing I was looking at the other day, and I'm going to start talking about this more. There is a section on my Facebook page, and I, you know, might do a little bribery for this too. If you give me a positive review, so if you enjoy what I share on my page, I would love it if you would go to that review section and give me a wonderful review. You know, if you like the videos, if you like the projects I share, maybe you attended a class in person or you've gotten a class to go, I would love to see what or hear what you have to say if you have a positive review for me in that review section. And then be sure, if I don't already have your address, send me your address, and then that way I can send you a little thank you card for participating that way. I forgot that section was there until I did this group and they told me to figure out some numbers. And so I was looking at some numbers and then I saw, oh gosh, there is a review section there. And there are some reviews there already. So if you would like to check those out and see what people have to say about the classes, it was, I believe most of those reviews were about in-person classes when we used to be able to gather a little bit more in person than what we do now. Okay, so now we are going to just put that together. And now I'm going to show you that beautiful ribbon that we have. Again, this is kind of an awkward angle. I apologize for that. I just did not want to mess with my camera angle. I was already nervous about making these projects, but looks like they turned out okay. So you can kind of see them in the background. This is the ribbon that goes, that is in that boho indigo. Isn't that just beautiful? Something I like a ribbon like this too is if you just want to put it across a card like this. It's just great. So wonderful for masculine theme. This isn't necessarily, I mean, you can tie a bow, but this is the kind of ribbon that is not necessarily meant to be tied into a bow. It's meant to be used in different ways. Of course, we're going to tie a bow to make this stay in place. And you're just going to see how awesome this is. And then I'm going to have to, I don't know how I'm going to share these with you all. I don't know how I'm going to show a picture of all these. Maybe I'll just flip it up and hold them all. And then I'll take some pictures later on of a view of all of them together. I'll probably have to clean off a background somewhere in my room in order to show you a good picture of this many projects. Okay, I want that to go flat. I think I gotta flip it around here. There we go. And oh, this is so cool. I am gonna have to undo this bow, find a present to put in there for somebody. I don't think I know anybody that is having a birthday anytime soon. I'm gonna have that like give a gift. I'm gonna have to find some new friends. I need to find a friend that has a birthday coming up soon, so that I can mail this to them. Okay. Oh, that's so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, look at this. Look at that. Look at how well that goes together. I mean, I said you could use these individually, but it's almost like, why would you want to? I mean, that just looks awesome. You could just you could put a little gift in the bottom one and put candy in the other three, you know? It wouldn't have to be anything major. But yeah, so this is the Heartfelt Warming Christmas paper. That doesn't look like Christmas at all to me. And now we need to just add in a couple of tags. So this is the one that I shared. This is the one here. Something cute to do there. Of course, I don't really need this one because I don't think I have a project that goes on. And so I didn't make tags for all of these. But what I'm going to take on here, you know, let's see if I have an open package. I don't. So I'm going to just take our basic rhinestones, and I just want to dress that tag up a little bit. And so really not a lot of stamping in today's projects. It's pretty much just decorating and having fun with our paper today. And I'm just going to add rhinestones using my Take a Pick tool. I'm going to pull them off of there. And, you know, because for an auction, we had to really spruce things up a little bit. So we needed to have some bling on our little, so this was an auction paddle. If you didn't tune in at the beginning and hear me talking about that, we had a little team auction the other day. And so if you hear me talking about our Cafe Crafter group and you think, gosh, I really want to be part of that group, you can join us anytime. You can join us, the starter kit special. I mean, it is always such a great deal. It's $99. You pick $125 in product, and then you're part of the Cafe Crafter group for at least 3 months, and you get 20% off too. And then you get to join us and make some great projects, whether it be virtually or in person. Well, now we're going to be doing very small in-person things where only a couple people will be able to come at a time, because we have been able to meet outside. Up until now, we're not going to be meeting outside anymore. Okay, so the next layer, all I have here, same paper that I used for that last box that I did, but I'm going to use the other side and just some circles. I did the 2 1/4 circle punch for the Pear Pizzazz, and then I just took my 2-inch for the next layer that I did the designer series. And then something fun that I've been really using a lot of, and I think I might have even shown this last week, is these Tasteful label dies. I cut out a Night of Navy from here, and then a Pear Pizzazz from the smaller circle, just so I could give this project some dimension. I'm going to put on this bottom one with some little mini dimensionals. And get that out of the way. And this was just a scrap. It actually is embossed too, with just a Subtles embossing folder. It was already done. It was a scrap, and thought, why not use it? And then I am going to, this one is gone. Why do I keep grabbing the one that is empty? I should probably just throw it in the garbage. And then same there, I'm just going to adhere that to the center. And then I have a little bee, because I'm going to give this to Brody, I'm guessing. And so I have a bee. I put it on our adhesive sheets and cut it out from our alphabet dies. And so now I just made that bee into a sticker. And I am going to just take that off and attach it. And we're going to need to, if I'm going to put this on a package, I need to punch a hole. So let me see if I have my hole punch. So this is how I'm going to make my tags for my gifts. I'm just using circles, nothing too fancy, and just any hole punch. Stampin' Up! Used to have a hole punch, but just use whatever you have. And then I need to get just a little bit of twine. I'm just going to use our baker's twine is all. And how we're going to do that, let's see here. I'll let you, you'll be able to get a nice good look at how I'm doing this. And so I'm just going to go through, make a little loop. Like so. And then I will put the remainder through there. And then this will allow me to tie it onto the project. And so I will go like so. And then I can just decide kind of where I want this to hang down and how far I want it to hang down. And I'm going to actually put it up pretty tight. Again, you can do whatever you like. And I'm just going to tie a knot to make that stay. I did not add the rhinestones to Brody's. I figured for a masculine, I would leave it plain. But see how easy that was? Just a simple circle. So nothing complicated, but so stunning. So much fun on that. All right, so I think that is almost all. I think we need to add in just a couple more things on this one. Yep, I'm going to finish that. I wasn't going to. I thought I was getting too long, and it is. This is getting a little crazy. This is getting out of control is what it is. But what we should do is we should probably add one of these stars. These stars are an embellishment from the Heartfelt Hugs collection. And so these you might have seen them in the catalog and wondered what to do with them. Well, I think they're fabulous on a 3D item. And not just in that collection. You can use a star any time of the year. I could probably put a star on that masculine one too, because aren't all of our friends just a star? So do you see how cute that is to just hang on there? And you know, and this ribbon is glittery, and so that star is a perfect add to that. Okay, so that is all I have today. I shouldn't say that's all. An hour later, we're finally done making our boxes. Oh, I do need to share with you quickly because Sunday's the last day to register to participate in getting the paper supplies for our One Sheet Wonder class. So here are all of the cards. You're going to get one of each. So there's 10 cards in Monday's class. You're going to get all of the cut supplies to make these cards. All the snowflakes will be cut out. The, ribbon is included in that kit. You get a half of a package of the ribbon. You get a half a package of the embellishments, which they're so pretty. I could have added some of these to the box too. But yes, they're just absolutely beautiful embellishments. So you get a half a package of those. And again, all the supplies for all 10 of these cards. And then you'll have 10 beautiful layouts to design other projects with as well. It will come with a mail tutorial, an email tutorial for you to print off or just view online for a beautiful One Sheet Wonder. I think this is the best One Sheet Wonder I have ever seen. We used this one back in May, I believe it was as well, with the different designer series papers. And it was just so fabulous. I was wanting to bring it back again. So again, this is the Holiday Club, all occasions. The posting I will post when I edit this post, as well as it will go out in tomorrow's weekly email. That'll go out tomorrow morning. And again, any order, you will get a setup of these boxes. And I'm now going to flip it back, let you see me one more time. I'm hoping that I can get these all. I'm not going to be able to get them all in view at once, but I want to show you the boxes. Because you can, as I flip there, so if you want to slow down, you can see my messy office. I shouldn't go that far. Here, let's go over this way a little bit. Am I going the wrong way? Yeah, so it's so messy over there. Okay, so anyway, so here are the boxes all together. Isn't that so fun? I love, love, love this. And so I'm just waiting to see if there's a little delay here in timing. So again, Prize Patrol today. Be sure to like, comment, share. Tell me what you thought of these lovely boxes that we made today. So I used the Snowflake Splendor. And then let's bring in the next one that we did. We have the Heartwarming Hugs used on the flip side so that we got a really cute masculine boxes. And then we have this one, I'm going to say Peony. I like Peony. We have the Peony Garden Paper, or Prize Peony collection, the designer series. Again, all these designer series are on sale right now. I just happened to grab 4 of them that are on sale, which it is most of them. And then we have this last one where I used the Heartwarming Hugs as it was kind of intended with the Christmas themed paper. So I hope you really, really enjoyed these fun, cute boxes today. I'll take photos. Measurements will be in tomorrow's weekly email so that you can recreate these. If you do place an order between now and next week, I will send you a kit so that of these all cut and scored and ready for you to create on your own, along with the coordinating ribbon. I'm not going to probably include the tag. That will be up to you to add a tag that you would like and prefer. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching today and being part of our Stampin' Scrap Facebook Live on this beautiful October 14th fall day. And we will be back on Friday at 1 p.m. It will be October, I'm looking at my dates here, October 16th. We will be back again 1 p.m. for a quick share and show. I promise I won't keep you as long as I did today. But there'll be prize patrol for there. Again, prize patrol for today. Like, share, comment, and take part in today's video. And you will be entered for a fun little prize that I will send you. Okay, everybody, see you on Friday. Or tune in next Wednesday on October 21st, where we will come up with another fun project. All right, everybody, talk to you later.